What sport or clubs would you like to take part of? Something that's not available now. What do you wish they would create so that you could join it?
I think there must be a there must be an IT club in my school because I very like IT but there's no IT lesson for us now.
Oh, okay. There's no IT club or no IT classes either in your school right now? Oh, wow.
Yeah, we don't have. They
Mm.
cancel it. They cancel it.
Oh, they canceled it. Well, that's an extra curriculum course that you should try to find. All right. Hello, Milo. Have you got a good mic and a good camera? Everything set up perfect today?
Yeah.
Woohoo! It looks good. Sounds good. I'm happy. You even have a window, but no sun. Sun didn't come
The
up.
sun just light from my
From your light.
monitor.
From your light.
Yeah.
Or the computer monitor. Is that the only light you have? I see.
I have language issues.
You have a lamp with issues?
Yeah.
But I see there's a bright light on your sleeve.
Yeah, it's my light.
Okay, so you do have a light on. All right. So how are you today?
I feel cool and tired.
Why do I ask? I don't know. You have your test papers? You know all the topics we're going to have?
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
I have.
Yeah. You have. All right. So yeah, topic 1, we're going to talk about the lesson on sports in schools and stuff that we had about those Brazilian kids. And we're going to talk about languages because we talked about the history of writing in lesson 8, I think it was. Yeah. So we're not going to talk about the history of writing, but we're just going to talk about languages a little bit, what the differences are. And then we're going to review our mind sports lesson that we had for the reading comprehension, lesson 1. So that was a long time ago. I hope you read it again. All right. So you ready to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Topic 1 is sports culture. Do you have sports teams in your school or locally?
Yeah, my school have team sport, and they usually go to somewhere, maybe a stadium to have a competition between other school to other school and our school.
Yeah, tournaments, competitions. Do they play like a league where they play a different school every weekend or something like that? Or do they just do tournaments?
Maybe every single month.
So they play one tournament or game every month, not every week.
Yeah,
okay.
Because every week is too much for us because we have to study.
Oh. Because I remember when I was in high school, we had hockey teams, basketball teams, football teams, a lot of teams, which is really cool. And I think every school should be like that. But what would happen is, well, see, when we went to school, we didn't have a lot of extra classes. Well, I don't know anybody who had extra classes with teachers after school. You went to school from 7:30 in the morning until 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then you were done. And then what we had were extra activities like sports. So like we would have maybe 2 football practices a week, or 2 or 3 football practices a week, or hockey practices. And then every weekend on Saturday or Sunday, we had a game where we went and played against another school. The only people that I know of that would take extra classes like you guys do were, if I was weak in math, then maybe I would get a tutor and do some extra classes because my marks were too low, something like that. But the teachers didn't run extra classes like that. And it was usually older students that would do those kinds of classes, not the teachers. Very different system. So I can see why you guys would have a hard time trying to practice a couple of nights a week and then play every weekend. That makes sense. Yeah. So what do you got? You got football?
We got football, kicking the
Badminton, I'm sure.
yeah, badminton. We have badminton too, and we have to kick. Do you know a sport that we have to kick stuff like this?
Oh, that's that.
It's pretty hard.
It is
That's
hard.
really hard.
It is hard. I know Lay used to do that a lot, but I see them at the park when I go to the park every morning to do my exercises. There's always, well, not so much in the morning, but if I go around before class at 5:00, there's always groups of teenagers in big circles playing that. Some of them are really, really good. I actually saw one day there was a group of people there playing, and they had a badminton net, and they were actually playing like badminton. They'd have to kick it back to the other side of the net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the PE class, we have to kick that over a big racket, and maybe I remember that I completed on the first time I try.
You did, yeah. Well, that's good. Oh, it's good to have lots of activities. That's for sure, for sure. Okay. Do you think the schools should have more sports and clubs at school?
In my opinion, every school have to have their own sport clubs or everything like that, because it make student more playing ground, and they have time to improve their sports skills.
More active for sure. Yeah, because when I went to school, it was all part of the school districts. Like, it wasn't, every school had teams and they played together in the same leagues and tournaments. So it was rare that a school did not, even if it was a trade school, a school that didn't have as many academic high score students, even those schools had sports. But it was like the school district made sure that there was all these extra sports and curriculums for kids, which I don't know if it's like that anymore. Of course, that's 30 some years ago. I don't know what it's like now. What about clubs? I hear there's a chess club in some of the high schools in Van Dun.
Yeah, in our school we have a chess club too, and some couple of my classmates they know how to play chess and Chinese chess very well.
And Chinese chess too, yeah. Yeah. Do you know? God, you don't know Coco. Of course, I don't remember.
What is that?
Coco's his English nickname, but I don't remember what his Vietnamese name is, of course. They're in the advanced reading class. Him and another guy, Jack. It's Alien's brother. You remember Alien? Well, yeah. Alien's older brother, Jack. Do you know Alien? Because you live in Van Dun.
Yeah, I know him. You knew that we are classmates, right?
Right, that's right. You were classmates. So do you know his brother, Jack?
Yeah, I know
his older brother. Okay. Well, one of the kids in his class, I call him Coco. He's very, very smart. He likes to study history, and we have great conversations. Those two are in my advanced reading classes, and he won the high school of the chess players. Like, he won his class. He's in grade 11, and then he played against the other class winners, and he won the whole school. Very good at chess.
Very, very nice. Very pro.
He's proud that he beat 2 grade 12ers. Very proud. What about drama? Would you like to see drama and dancing clubs in the school?
um, in our school, we have art clubs. In that class, we usually learn and practice to dance and acting. But they didn't. But the teacher did not very good. I think so. They do not make it professional.
Well, probably because you're in such a small town, it's hard to find highly experienced dance teachers and actors in drama class. And
Yeah.
have to go to Hanoi maybe or one of the bigger cities. But at least to have one, that's good. So you get some practice. Okay. So what sport or clubs would you like to take part of? Something that's not available now. What do you wish they would create so that you could join it?
I think there must be an IT club in my school because I very like IT but there's no IT lesson for us now.
Oh, okay. There's no IT club or no IT classes either in your school right now? Oh, wow.
Yeah, we don't have. They cancel it. They cancel it.
Oh, they canceled it. Well, that's an extra curriculum course that you should try to find. Again, it's probably very difficult in Van Dun, but IT is a skill that I think every kid. I think it's as important as reading and writing, because the future, your whole future is going to be filled with computer science. So the more you learn now when you're young, the easier it'll be when you get older. I keep teasing some of the kids saying that if I ever have children, they'll have their normal school, of course, but they'll have to, their extra classes, of course, won't have to be English because I'm English, so they don't have to study English, but they're going to have to study computer sciences and IT, programming, coding, all that stuff from grade 1 to grade 12. And they're going to have to study martial arts until they graduate from high school. And that's part of the family curriculum. So they have to go, they have to learn martial arts until grade 12, just like regular school. And they have to take computer classes until grade 12. And then
that may be strictly for your kids.
Well, it's an old saying that if you don't raise your children, you're going to raise your grandchildren. Your job is to prepare them for the future, not, to make sure they have the skills they need. And, they might think I'm strict because they have to go. They don't have a choice. It's part of their schooling. But when they're 18 and they graduate, if they don't want to work in computers anymore, fine, no problem. If they don't want to do martial arts anymore, fine, no problem. They can stop. But until grade 12, they have to learn all this. They have to become black belts. Because when they're in their 20s and 30s and 40s and older, they're going to thank me for making them do that. Because they'll be very good at computers. They'll be very healthy. They'll know how to defend themselves and their families when they get older. And they'll be very happy with me. They'll be angry when they're kids, but when they're adults, they'll be happy.
Yeah, right. They will make proud soon. Yeah, maybe.
But who knows? If they start young, maybe they'll enjoy it. I hope so. It'll be easier for me. Topic 2. All right. Did you even tell me what you would? Oh yeah, you would join. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you would join an IT club. There must be some online IT clubs that you could join. I'm sure. Facebook.
I'm sure, but I'm grade 9 now, and I have to make very strictly attention to some subject like math, literature, and English, because I have a test to change from a junior high school to high school.
Yeah, that's coming up. Your entry tests for high school are very, very important. Yes. Okay. Topic 2 is about languages. Now, we talked about it again. We talked about the history of writing. We looked at all the different alphabets. You remember that lesson? We were looking at Chinese drawing caricatures. We were looking at hieroglyphics from Egypt and what is it? Cuneiform. Yeah, there's so many different ones. Arabic, Cyrillic alphabets. That was an interesting lesson for sure. But we're just going to talk about languages. How many languages can you speak?
For today, I can speak Vietnamese. It's my mother language, and I can speak English too. But maybe in the future, I want to learn some French.
Yeah. Well, yeah, with some other language, we call it mother tongue. Your mother tongue is Vietnamese. And of course, you're learning English and you're already getting very good at English. So I think that was the second question. What language would you like to learn and why? Okay, so you said French. We'll come back to that. But I wanted to ask you, can you tell me some of the differences? Like, how are they different, English and Vietnamese? How would you explain how different they are?
First, there might be some more vocabulary about science, but Vietnamese vocabulary in science is less than English vocabularies.
Oh, so some subjects, they have more vocabulary than... But you must have words for it, like, whether it's...
Yeah, we must have what to describe about it.
So do you use English words to describe science, some things in science, because you don't have a Vietnamese word?
Yeah, we did it for a long time ago.
Okay, so you've incorporated some of the English into the Vietnamese. Okay.
Yeah, we transfer it. Like we speak in English, but it's not English. It's, I don't know how to describe it. But
No.
it's spelled like a foreign language.
You changed the pronunciation.
But it's say in Vietnamese accent.
Right. I know what you mean. Because like butter. You have a lot of words like that from French too.
Yeah. French is the most.
Yeah.
In Chinese too.
Oh, Chinese too. Okay. A lot of languages are like that. In Singapore, they often call the language, what is it? Singlish? I think it's Singlish. Because it's so mixed. Malaysian and Singaporean and English and Indian and English. Maybe it's Indian and English. I forget. Yeah, a lot of languages do that. Okay, so you said French. So Hannah, what is Hannah doing here? Oh, maybe they have a grammar class. Why would you like to learn French? Because the question was, what language would you like to learn and why? Because you're going to have to learn a third language in college or university. But usually it's like Russian or Chinese. I don't know if French is available. But my question is any language. So why would you like to learn French?
I would like to learn French because the accent is pretty cool and is maybe a bit hard to pronounce for me. And sometimes I like this. I like that about it. And French is a type of popular foreign language in Vietnam for so much time ago.
It was a big language in Vietnam. That is true. At one point, it was a French colony. So, toi, t'aimes l'accent français? Yeah, that's what it is. There's a grammar class tonight. That's why all these students are showing up. Yeah, my mother's French. I speak French, but I don't remember how to write French anymore. I went to a French school from grade 1 to grade 10, and then I transferred to an English high school. But in my house, I always spoke English because my father was English. but I went to a French school.
Well, that may be confused for you. Sometimes I have language issue and I use English to my parents.
Do you?
It may be a habit.
Yeah, but they don't know English as well, so that would be
They
different.
definitely don't know English.
But where I grew up, everybody was bilingual. Everybody could speak French or English, but it was more French. Most of my neighbors and most of the kids I went to school with had a French accent when they spoke English. But I was lucky because, like I said, my father was English, so I don't have a French accent. There are some words I say that occasionally people could pick up my Acadian accent, but it's only happened twice in my life that someone noticed a little accent in my English. But a lot of kids are like that. Like if the parents both speak the language, and if you go to a school and your friends speak one, like my friend Jeff lives in the Philippines, and he has 3 children. So, of course, at home, they're speaking English. They're speaking Cebuano, Filipino to mom and grandma and grandpa, and at school. But they speak English all the time to their father. So they're very fluent in both languages. So it doesn't affect them. If the parents are different, one speaks one language, one speaks the other language, it's quite easy for the kid to be bilingual really fast. But you're becoming bilingual, but your mom and dad are not bilingual. So that's complicated. Yeah, that's complicated. All right. Which languages do you think are the hardest to learn, and why?
For me, Arab and Chinese is the most difficult. It's the most hard to learn language.
Hardest to learn or most difficult?
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that question would be different for many people, because I think if you're English, then I think it would be harder to learn Vietnamese, Chinese, Korean, Japanese, and Arabic. But I think if you were Vietnamese, I think it would be easier for you to learn Chinese than it would be for me. But you're right. The top rated languages, the hardest ones to learn. China is one of them. Chinese is one of them. Arabic is one of them. That's the one that they write backwards. And all the Eastern Asian countries are really difficult. Korean, Japanese, even Cambodian, Vietnamese, Thai. Those are difficult languages to learn. I
don't know why Arabic letter is so much like a worm. I don't know how do they create them.
I don't know either, but Thailand and Cambodia are like that too. You look at the writing and it's like waves, and it's these long lines that zigzag everywhere, and like where's the word?
It's a kid's writing.
Yeah. And there's no full stop or anything, and there's no cuts. Like, where's the end? Where are the words? It's like, how do I learn this? Yeah. Those are
very confusing.
Old languages for sure. Absolutely. All right, but you'd probably be okay being Vietnamese, your mother tongue, and you're learning English. So because of that, you'd probably learn French quite easily compared to a lot of Vietnamese students. So cool. All right, we're gonna go off to our reading comprehension. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, so we reviewed that reading on mind sports. There's a big debate with this, right? Because obviously they're writing this article because there are many people who think mind sports should be in the Olympics, and there is a lot of people that think that the Olympics should only be like physical athletes, not mental athletes, right? Because they train just as hard and they spend as many years being the best. But some people have different opinions about whether or not they should be part of the Olympics. So what do you think? Do you think the World Mind Sport Games, those games, do you think they should be in the Olympics or they should be different?
I think it should be in the different ones, because it makes it easier to make a definition about Olympics, maybe.
Oh, easier for the definitions. Mind sports, yeah. That's true. That's true. All right. The first question here in our reading comprehension is going to be, are all card games, board games, examples of mind sports?
Can you ask again?
All cards and board games, are they all mind sports?
Yeah, they all mind sports, in my opinion. But I just know chess and some kind of card and board games, and I didn't know some things like that, but in physical.
Yeah, there's not. I've tried to buy some board games, especially one vocabulary game. It's called Scrabble. You have to make words and connect the words on a board. It's a really great game to play with the students. Really good game, and each letter is worth so many points. But I haven't been able to find one in Vietnam. But do you know the game Monopoly?
Yeah, I know it.
Go around and buy houses and buy land and put houses.
Yeah, became a trend when we were in grade 4.
Yeah, it's one of the best selling games. Yeah, so you've played it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the most popular games ever. Yeah. Board games ever. But now, you know chess, right? Have you ever played chess? Kings, Knights, Rooks, or Chinese chess, or Go? Have you ever played those games?
My father taught me how to play chess, but he didn't taught me how to play Chinese chess. But all of the boy classmates in my class, they know how to play that board game.
They all know how to play the game, yeah.
They all know.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty popular here, especially in Van Dun. A lot of chess players in Van Dun. Well, my question is this. It's not in here, but you know the game chess. That's good. And you know the game Monopoly. But they're very different. One is a mind game and one is not. Do you know why?
Maybe Monopoly is prefer the lucky, I think so, and chess is prefer the intelligent.
Yeah, to win at chess, you have to outthink your opponent. Whoever is smarter at the game and understands the game is not going to win 99% of the time. Whoever makes the least mistakes. But Monopoly is not quite the same, right? I could play you and you could play me, but as long as we both know how to play, it's really a game of chance who's going to win. So why is it a game of chance? What makes it different?
The things make.
Why does it count? Why does it depend on a lot of luck to win the game? Why?
First thing first is you used to yeah,
do you remember the word?
That thing.
You don't remember?
I don't remember the words.
Dice. They're called dice. D-I-C-E. One die, two dice.
The dice.
Because you have to use dice, it's a game of chance. Because you don't know. You can't plan or strategize what numbers you're going to get. So if you're unlucky and you keep landing on everybody else's hotels, you're going to lose. So those are not mind games. If you have dice in the game, they're not mind games. So you should know that. Some are games of chance and some are mind games. But chess and Go, those are all mind games. Those are the ones you have to be very intelligent to play. Number 2, are mind sports competitions popular with many people?
Yeah, it's very popular.
It is. They have millions of people that watch them. And millions of people watch them on the internet too. I've seen some dart competitions, world championships, and Scrabble world championships in Las Vegas on TV. But I was surprised that they had a world championship for Scrabble, that vocab game, because it's very difficult. I used to play an English guy in Jakarta when I lived there, and he was really, really good at it. I could never beat him. He always came up with words that I had to look in the dictionary. What is that? He was really good. Do matches in mind sports competition always take a long time to play?
Yeah, usually it have to take very long time to play, even for hours. But some matches is finished in very short time, like a couple of minutes.
Exactly. So they don't all take a long time. Sometimes they end in a few minutes. Sometimes they're outmatched and someone makes a really great move and wins the game fast. It's kind of like boxing, yeah? You know, you got the two boxers going at it. Sometimes they go to 12, 15 rounds and the judges have to decide who got more points. And then they have to announce the winner because nobody got knocked out. But sometimes the boxing match will happen and it'll be over in 30 seconds. Yeah, so they're not all long games, sometimes short. Do the World Mind Sports Games happen as often as the Olympics?
No, it's not. It's not being celebrated. Usually, like
Played.
Olympics. For example, this happen even every 4 years.
Yeah, well, when's the mind sports? How often do they have mind sports?
They celebrate it every 4 years.
Well, then they are the same. Every 4 years.
Yeah.
So the answer is yes. Do the mind sport games happen as often as the Olympics? Yes, they do. Because it says in the reading, remember, that they happen every 4 years. They're the same as the Olympics and the World Cup. Every 4 years. Uh-oh. That's 2 wrong. Unbelievable. Jason had 4 wrong. I couldn't believe it. Did Vanessa Wong win the gold medal in the last World Mind Sports Games?
The essay didn't give in the information.
What did they say about her?
She's one of the best Go players in the world, though.
Yeah, so we have to say no. It says they say she did very well in the last World Games. So she was maybe top 3, top 4, top 5. But if she had won the gold, they would have said she won the gold medal, right? Because that's the highest prize. So no, she did not win. Did Vanessa teach herself how to play Go?
No, her dad taught her.
Yeah, it was her dad who taught her. That's right. That's right. All right, very good. Oh, your English is coming. Your reading is really good. Your comprehension is good. You're doing good. You just have to keep practicing, keep going through the levels, keep getting as much exposure as you can.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No problem.
I have a very happy moment in this.
Have a very happy moment in this freeze.
Yeah.
You froze. All I heard was I have a very happy moment in this.
I don't know. Why it's frozen.
It's okay. The test is over. We will be in interest 17 next week. See you later.
See you next week.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.